Good morning, you're watching FloorDaily.net and I'm Kemp Harr. I'm at Surfaces 2022 and I'm in the Unilin Technologies space and I'm with Floris Koopmans, the Director of Sales. Good to meet you.
Very good to meet you, Kemp.
Yeah. So, listen, we're here together. I remember talking to several of your executives, and they were so excited that we were all going to be at Domotex Germany, which is normally where I catch up with Unilin Technologies. And then they canceled Domotex Germany, and you said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to come to the Surfaces show and let this be our launching pad for all our new technologies this year. And so that's what we're doing here now, right?
Yeah, exactly. The last 2 years we didn't sit still. We worked on a lot of innovations. And we are very happy to be here at Surfaces to show it directly to the US market, to all the distributors, importers over here. And we've been really able to connect with a lot of companies.
And so, I mean, you haven't been over here with a booth in a long time, I don't believe.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So, and right now we're here right next to the Mohawk booth. So we're positioned greatly. We had a lot of traffic thanks to that as well. Yeah. So no, it's been great so far.
Yeah. One little side story. You know, I'm a historian, like to tell stories, but you know, Paul DeCock is a leader for Mohawk's North American business, and his dad, Franz DeCock, actually was one of the owners and founders of Unilin, right?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And Franz would usually also join us at Domotex in Hanover.
Right.
He would always be there, but of course now we're here without Franz, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But luckily we got Paul.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about some of the things that you're telling people here. I know you've got 7 new technologies. Probably though, before you do that, most people know Unilin Technologies is the intellectual property division of Mohawk Industries. I mean, you're owned by Mohawk, and this is where all the IP stuff goes on, and this is where you say you've been busy for 2 years. You guys are busy inventing things, developing things. You've got 7 technologies to talk about, but you just want to highlight a couple of them. Go ahead and tell us about you.
Yeah, sure. So what we try to do is we not only look 1 year ahead, we don't look 2 years ahead, we really try to look 10 years ahead, and that's also the last period, the last 2 years, we were really able to do that, to focus really on the far future. And we were able to launch some amazing things. So starting off with, in the laminate business, we're launching Unicode, which is a edge coating that makes laminate waterproof. So it will stop water from penetrating in the joints of a laminate floor, and it will stop the floors from swelling.
Okay.
So this is really gets laminate up to the waterproof game as well.
Okay, so let me back up. Most people know Uniclick is one of your technologies. Okay?
Exactly.
So you have made Uniclick better so water doesn't pass through it, right?
It's not making the click system better, it's really a coating that goes on the edges.
Okay.
That's applied during production, and when you install the click, it's completely sealed surface.
But that's actually, that's been out for 6 months or so, hasn't it, or not?
Yeah. We already talking about it for a long time. Of course, we weren't able to show the samples and the live demo that we have over here.
Right.
But now we can, so that's great.
Because I've seen it in actually some products that Mohawk already has in the marketplace.
Yeah, and Mohawk has had it in its products for quite some time, and it's really proven to be a big winner for laminates.
Okay. All right. What else you got?
So we have a new type of locking system specifically for square tile formats, for checkerboard patterns. To make it easier to install square tiles all together, we work with a special small piece that gets inserted into the locking system that makes sure that the tiles are perfectly aligned every time.
And the problem there in the past has been if you had 4 corners come together, it was a weak point.
Yeah.
And now you've figured out a solution for that, right?
Yeah, it's the alignment and working with the production tolerances, and this solution really works out well, and it makes the installation of square tiles much easier.
So you don't have to alternate like you used to, right?
Indeed. Okay. You can put the 4 corners all together.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And what else?
So we got also we were working on some core materials. So we got XPC, which is extremely stable polymer resin, and it's a new core material.
Yeah.
And it's so extremely stable. You got all the advantages of SPC. So you got the click, it's waterproof, but it's also extremely dimensionally stable, and it's also PVC free.
All right, so it's called XPC. Is what you're calling.
XPC,
All right, and it's an extruded. You extrude it.
It's not extruded. So It's made by pressing with a lot of pressure and temperature.
All right.
It's a thermo-hardening material, so when you press it with all this temperature, this material becomes hard and you get this fantastic material just for flooring.
So it's a core for multi-layered flooring.
Exactly. And you can choose whichever finish goes on top. If you want it with a melamine top layer, that's possible. If you want it with a PET top layer, that's possible.
Okay.
And then it stays also fully PVC free. If you want to print digitally on this, that's also no problem.
So I haven't heard about that yet. That's really new then, isn't it?
That's brand new.
Okay.
That's brand new.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
we already have one supplier in China that can make it as S-Floor, so we've been working with them together a lot to make this happen, and they can already supply the product, so that's great.
Yeah. Okay, so does that cover the ones you want to, digital, you have digital printing, right?
Digital is a big one. We have a beautiful floor here on our booth that shows really what digital can do.
Yeah.
Also, we are very happy to be here with our partners as well, Z3, Barbaron. They are also walking around on our booth, so really great to show some products, show the latest developments in digital printing. So yeah, that's also been great.
And that's primarily for LVT, is that right?
Both LVT and laminate. So
Okay.
for laminate we can print on the paper. For LVT you can print either directly on the core material, or you can print on the foil. So there's a lot of choices in digital, and we're working on all of them.
Okay. So this first day of the show, you've been happy with the traffic?
It's been amazing. Okay. These gates went open, and people were really walking in like nothing. It was great.
All right, Floris, great to catch up with you. Again, been talking to Floris Koopmans, the Director of Sales with Unilin Technologies, and you've been watching Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.